Hi, this is DOSBox Mom, and welcome back to Let's Play Pool of Radiance. We're just about to leave Phlan on that diplomatic mission for Lord Cadorna, who presumably has risen in rank from junior councilman to senior councilman. Okay. And he wants us to go to this outpost of Zhentil Keep. Whatever. So, that's out in the western wilderness. It's west of the Buccaneer base that we were just at a little ways. So we're going to take the boat going to the west. And catch the boat at the end of the pier. I know last time we came... we came back from the Buccaneer base by boat. But we got to the Buccaneer base overland. Yeah, I think this is... excuse me. Technically just inside the central wilderness, but we're very close to the western wilderness here. You might see a momentary jump in the picture. That'll tell us when we switch maps. Okay, yeah, now we're in the western wilderness. That's the Buccaneer base down there. I'm pretty sure. I think. And that should be a group of armed guards ride by. That should be the Zhentil Keep outpost there. So let's encamp and save before we go in, because things might get dodgy once we get inside, depending on how those Zhentarim react. A group of men on horseback ride out to meet you. Their leader says, "Are you the diplomatic envoys from New Phlan? What will you say?" Yeah. The riders escort you into the outpost. You are being escorted into Zhentil Outpost. Yeah, so this is not technically Zhentil Keep. This is like just a fort at the extreme frontier of Zhentil Keep controlled lands. From here, you see a large inner wall around the central keep. This area is busy with men entering and leaving barracks. You are led toward the central keep. You are inside the Commandant's office. He greets you, and you hand him the papers. After skimming through the papers, the Commandant says, "I welcome you, and hope you'll join me for dinner tonight." He tells the guard to give you a tour of the outpost. Okay, so now, tour guide Zhentil Keep. Yeah. The guard giving the tour says, "Here you see one of our fine barracks. There are 6 of these here. Each can hold over 100 men." Okay. "Here you see one of our fine watchtowers, which were built by the finest stonemasons in the land." Yes, he's certainly doing the whole Chamber of Commerce civic booster spiel. "From here you can also see our solidly built outside wall. This wall has survived many attacks, including one from a dragon." The guard says, "That concludes the tour. I'll show you to your quarters." Yeah, sounds like he was pretty careful not to give us any important intelligence. The guard says, "Here are your quarters. Do not leave this area." He then leaves. Okay, it should be safe to rest for the moment until dinner. So let's encamp, and we'll save in a different save position just to be safe. And while we're here, we can check to see if we need to memorize anything. Nah. Okay, Josita does need to memorize a 3rd level spell. Oh, she needs to memorize her lightning bolt. Never know when you'll need a good lightning bolt. Must have used it in the Buccaneer base. Okay, and... Okay, he needs sleep and lightning bolt. Well, at least that'll give him something to do until dinner with the Commandant. Yeah, a lot of the early part of this particular mission, it's pretty programmed, so there's not a whole lot you can do. Now, go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and save again. And since we haven't been summoned for dinner, we're going to rest again until we get interrupted, and then we'll know it's time for dinner. That should give them enough time to get supper ready. Yeah. At dusk, a guard comes by to escort you to dinner. And the idea is to wheedle as much information as you can out of the Commandant. If you don't, it's no big deal, but... You arrive at the officers' mess and are seated with the Commandant and his advisors. A fine meal of roast boar is served with a hearty red wine. Okay, hopefully the Moonsea's test kitchen people would agree that that's a proper pairing. The Commandant turns to one of the characters and said, "So, how's everything in Phlan? What will you talk about?" "Nothing, city, magic, or politics." Just pick a topic, and up to you whether you want to answer truthfully or not. I'd go with truthful. Are you going to talk about new or old Phlan? Let's talk about new Phlan. As you talk about new Phlan, the Commandant listens carefully. The Commandant says, "Is it true that the real power in new Phlan is Bishop Brachio?" What do you think? No. You say Bishop Brachio is not the real power in Phlan, and the Commandant responds by saying, "Citizens of Phlan are wise to not follow an idiot from the Temple of Tyr." You continue your conversation with the Commandant. What will be your next topic of discussion? Let's talk about magic. One of the Commandant's advisors asks you if you've heard of any unique magic items or places. Either don't talk, lie, or mention the Pool of Radiance. As you mention the Pool of Radiance, the Commandant tells you a story about that very pool. You enjoy the story, and copy it into your journal under entry 46. Basically, you give him tidbits of information, he'll give you tidbits. Hopefully it'll be useful tidbits. Told as jaunty after-dinner conversation. "This is an old story I first heard while serving at the Citadel of the Raven. Durg was the usual barbarian hero, the type able to snap 5 men's backs with his bare hands, wrestle and tame the cloud horses, pierce a man with a javelin from miles away, and other equally preposterous things. The story goes that Durg and his band of men found a pool of unfrozen water while wandering in the snowy waste. Durg's little pet lizard, Jesma, got too close to the pool and discovered not only was the water not frozen, it was boiling hot. So hot it cooked the skin right off Jesma. Durg was so angry he thrust a spear into the pool, roiled the waters. The demon of the fire that inhabited the pool was disturbed and roared out of the pool to do battle. The demon leapt from man to man, consuming him in a single touch. But the demon of the fire couldn't defeat Durg, neither could Durg find a weapon strong enough to withstand this creature's fire. After battling for an entire day, Dirk finally called upon his totem god for aid. With this magical aid, Dirk was able to trap the flaming demon in a triangle of power where supposedly he is even to this very day. And maybe true, maybe not. No, it's there. You continue your conversation with the Commandant. What will be your next topic of discussion? Well, let's try politics this time. As you mentioned politics, the Commandant says, I've heard Phlan's town council is corrupt. Specifically, Ulrich Eberhard. Is this true? Actually, I don't know all that much about Ulrich Eberhard, but he'll give us more information if we express an opinion one way or the other, so I'll say, no. Say Ulrich Eberhard is a loyal, honest man. The Commandant smirks and says, yes, of course he is. You talk a little while longer, then the Commandant states that he has other duties to attend to. He bids you good night. You know, and like, maybe we could have gotten a little more information if we answered questions some other way. But this is pretty typical. You arrive back at your quarters. It's night, and you're in your quarters. How do you spend the night? Do you go to sleep, or do you sleep with a watch? Well, remember, this is an outpost of Zhentil Keep. So whether or not they're up to anything with Lord Cadorna, which we don't know for sure yet, it is quasi-enemy territory at least, so let's sleep with a watch. You wait in your room for about 2 hours, when suddenly 4 armed guards burst in and attack you. Okay, so let's see what we got here. We'll look at what we've got here. Aids. 18 experience points. Okay. Let's try hold person. And meanwhile, we'll have Errr here and Pox attack the aids. Okay, so we're going to okay, we held 2 of them. Alright. I think I'm going to save Hosita's spells for later, maybe. So we might need them. Ouch. Okay. So we took the 2 that were held out. Okay, so there's just the 1 aid left. Okay, so we've taken out all 4 aids. And we got a bit of experience for that. Okay, at least there's not a ton of copper crap stuff. It's just silver, but at least there's not too much of it to weigh us down. There is some... There are some arrows here. I don't think the aides would have anything magical on them, so I'm going to just see who can use the arrows. Okay, 88. Okay, he doesn't have room. Okay, we'll give the arrows to Pax. Yeah, we'll share. Oh. Maybe they're magical arrows. We should maybe have dumped some of this excess stuff. Or traded it in for jewelry. Okay. Let's dump the non-magical arrows. That makes a difference. Good. We want to make sure everybody's at maximum movement rate. Okay. As you defeat the guards, some more men run in an attack. So we have a larger group of guards this time. This is one reason why I didn't want to use too many spells last time around. Okay, so we have a corporal. Some more aides. Yeah. Okay, let's try maybe a good sleep spell and see how well that works. Let those put the aides asleep. Or at least some of them. And one of the corporals. Gimli will need to switch back to his melee weapon. Yeah, I think this is one portion of the game where when Dragon was playing through it, he was a big believer in armed diplomacy. Oh, I could have had her use another hold person spell. Well, I'm sure she'll have more opportunities for it later on. Oh, we'll try another sleep spell. Okay, so we still got... Okay, so we got 3 more asleep. Oh, that's right, Eladan is in melee range. That 1 aid, so yeah, we cannot use darts. Oh. Okay, we'll have Josita switch to her darts. There we go. Yeah, let's just go ahead and attack somebody. Decisions, deciding how to space out the spells most effectively. Okay. Yeah, now we're reaching the ones that we put to sleep, so I think this one here is the only one that we haven't slept yet, and it's only got the one hit point left. Except now we've slaughtered him with great slaughter. Yeah. Okay, let's try to at least get her close to Teresa in case Teresa has time to do healing spells. No. Okay. A little more experience this time. A little bit of silver. No arrows. Rats. An alarm goes off in the distance. Okay, we are not going to be able to rest, but we should probably get Pox healed. And then save before we try making a run for the gate. Okay. Yeah, we should actually be not that far from the gate. There's the exit. Okay, we should be able to get out into the courtyard. And we will continue our run for the border with, I guess, Phlanite territory in the next episode. So we will see you then.